Peaches, 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 I love you. Yeah. Wahoo! Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Keystone Film Review. We just saw the Super Brother Mario. Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Keystone Film Review. We just saw the Super Mario Brothers. Almost did it again. Woohoo! Movie, directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelinek, starring Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Kevin Michael Richardson, Keegan-Michael Key, Charles Martinet is in there.
Original Mario.
Yeah, Original Mario, and others. Ooh, John DiMaggio's in there. I didn't know that.
Is he the one toad?
Seth Rogen's in there. He is Uncle Arthur. He's one of the family members.
What the fuck?
This, of course, is the long protested and argued and debated movie based on the Nintendo video game series in which people really hated Chris Pratt. And he said, hold on a second. See the movie, then complain about it.
Yeah.
I had no expectations for this.
I'm in the same boat.
I don't hate that they cast Chris Pratt. I cannot talk today.
I'm not in that same boat.
But I don't love that they cast Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
I am indifferent because ultimately it doesn't matter. The guy who played Mario is sitting fancy. He's got money.
He's got loads.
Probably not as much as Chris Pratt, but I'm sure he doesn't really care.
He's somewhere.
He gets royalties from all those games, so he's doing just dandy. Where does this movie rank in movies about video games in which
I was about to say,
Mario is involved?
Out of the two that there are? Tough competition here. Hold on now. I haven't even actually seen the one with
John Leguizamo and
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins, yeah. I love it, even though it's terrible. It's a horrible movie, and I'm willing to admit that. But boy, is it fun with how horrible it is. And this one is more, of course, like the video games, the newer video games. It pays a lot of homage to things, to a fault in my mind at times.
Yeah.
It takes a long time explaining the rules of Mario with like the power-ups and everything. Something that it doesn't need to do because everyone and their grandmother knows about Mario.
But sadly, they have to teach a new generation, of course, who's probably playing Mario, but also who's new and watching movies of Mario. You know, they got to explain these things. It's not like people have been playing his games for the last 40 years. They're still 40 years after that. Yes. People still have to explain, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It did slow down the movie a little bit, but what did you think of it?
So, like I said earlier, my expectations for this were not too much. I didn't care for Chris Pratt, mainly because I'm Chris Pratt fatigued out of my mind. I'm Chris Pratt fatigued. I was not super happy that he was cast as Mario, but you know, it didn't waver the fact that I think the movie was going to be bad in any way, because the rest of the cast was pretty solid. Even Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, I was like, you know what, like whatever. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Does Donkey Kong even say anything? He just makes the noise.
Yeah, he just.
So he doesn't really have a voice.
Makes gorilla noises.
Yeah.
I thought, as far as watching this movie, it was way better than I expected it to be.
Okay.
We were both laughing a whole lot. If you're a big Nintendo fan or just love some Mario, it's super duper nostalgic in almost every single way. The attention to detail is kind of mind-boggling. Just looking in the background, seeing all the old game posters, or they had an arcade machine where the original voice actor for Mario was playing on the arcade, and it was called Jumpman.
And it was like the original character design too,
it was
wasn't
the
it?
original Jumpman, which, you know, what Mario was supposed to be named, but they went with Mario.
Because Jumpman's not a name. It's a title.
Yeah. They have the NES. They like mention, why can't I play this game? You gotta blow in the cartridge. They just have.
Oh, I missed that.
They gotta. There's just so many references to just Nintendo and then just the Mario universe and just everything about it. I barely grew up with Nintendo and Mario and stuff like that. So like I still, as I was getting older, obviously I still understood everything. But if you're a big fanboy, it gives you practically everything as far as Mario goes. Sadly, you don't get the tennis. You kind of don't get Smash, but at the same time you do just a little bit, but it's not to that extent.
Yeah.
But there's just so much that it's just so much fan service, and in a good way. Because as far as video game movies goes, this is kind of crazy up there, and I was not expecting it in the slightest.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that I was surprised at how much I liked it. The first 15 to 20 minutes was a struggle, if I'm honest. Like, I thought we were in for a long 90 minutes if it kept going the way it was. It picks up, of course, after that. The fan service was annoying me to some extent. It was more when it was expositionary that it was, and like you said, that was for the kids mainly. But this is going to be a really obscure reference. For those of you who have seen I Think You Should Leave, I felt like the grown man in the Claire's waiting room watching the what to expect when you're getting your ears pierced thing. I'll put a clip here of that.
What? Hello? Do I have to sit here and watch this whole thing? I know all this already. I'm not nervous at all.
You have to finish the video if you want to get your ear pierced.
Fine, all right, then go. Get out of here already. Let me watch this.
It just kept bombarding you with information you already knew. Of course, it's made that way for people who don't know, which I don't know anyone who doesn't, but I also don't know all 8 billion people in the world. So, overall, it was decent. Like you said, we there's a lot of laughs. I know why they didn't. This is more of like a Pixar thing that would do this, but there are so many opportunities to have great movie references. And there was only one that I can think of that was probably unintentional, where it felt like they were referencing Old Boy, but I highly doubt they were referencing Old Boy.
There are a lot of movie references in it, for sure.
They don't go as far as I wish they did,
Yeah.
Personally speaking, but that's just me as a movie buff.
Yeah. Doing too many movie references in a video game movie wouldn't necessarily make sense. But there's at least like 4 or 5 in there, at least.
And I wish they only took like 2 of those to the next level. I don't want to be bombarded with movie references, but it felt like there was an itch that wasn't scratched. Specifically in the Mario Kart, it feels very heavily Mad Max Fury Road. Doesn't go nearly far enough to reference
Just
that. In my
one
opinion.
Koopa playing guitar.
One
Koopa
playing guitar would have done it. I would have been able to rest well, and now it's going to keep me up at night.
The worst part is they had Koopas playing guitars in this. Just put that little dude on the cart. It would have been.
Jack Black is the shining star of this.
Yes.
Bowser. The depiction of Bowser is great.
Flawless.
Flawless, nearly. Yeah. I was kind of like wondering if they would go with the whole him being in love with Princess Peach. Because they're obviously, and understandably so, trying to go away from the damsel in distress thing.
Yeah.
We all know Peach can kick ass. We've seen it in Smash Brothers. After seeing the movie, Chris Pratt doesn't deserve all that he gets for his portrayal in this. He's probably going to disagree, but it is what it is. Like it's in the past. We can't change it, so why bother being upset about it?
To back him, they do right from the start tell you, hey, why'd you do that stupid accent? And then they're like, oh, it was kind of a character for a commercial. They did a commercial in the beginning, and then somebody calls him out for doing the accent. He was like, it's a character in the thing. We're just trying to put on a gimmick, like a character, so people could call us for doing their plumbing. So like at least they explained right away why their accent wasn't going to be that. At least like Chris Pratt wasn't trying to do a bad Mario accent.
And in that commercial where he does it, it's actually pretty good.
It's not bad, but it would have been like, God, I don't want to hear him fucking do a Mario.
Yeah, it would have been too much if he did that the whole movie. So it's good that they showed, hey, we're just not going that route with this movie, and then went a different way. I thought that was really
because then
well done.
It opens it up for each actor to do their own interpretation of said character's voice.
Which the internet hates when people do interpretations.
Me personally, I just don't care for Chris Pratt anymore, so that's more of a stigma on my end on that.
Is that like because people keep casting him, or is it like his personality, or both?
Both.
Yeah.
Stems from he's getting cast a lot, and then just kind of drama behind him, and just he's kind of annoying me. He was like a humble, funny guy, and now he's just not anymore, and it really annoys me. It's not his fault, I guess.
I have no
He's
opinion.
just living his fucking life, so whatever.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I have no opinion of him either way. I don't like
either way. He was fine in this movie. I think he was great, actually, and I think everybody was great. And I'm super surprised at how good this movie is, especially the attention to detail and the animation. Just like, again, the references that Mario was playing Kid Icarus at one point, and then just the animation looked really fucking good. I was weirdly blown away, and I'm not even a Nintendo guy. If they were to keep doing video game movies, I hope they take a note out of this one. Maybe not like every single video game movie like being nostalgic as this one was, or like having all the references, but I think Sonic would have done. I mean, Sonic's a good movie, but like I think it would have done fantastic because all these video games have such great open worlds, and instead of just bringing them, even this movie has kind of a flaw in that, and I feel like it's a spoiler, so I'm sorry that they kind of bring it into the real world, and it kind of ruins that. There's such a big open world that you don't have to be like, hey, let's bring it to something familiar that anybody can be like, oh, I know Brooklyn or whatever the fuck, or Manhattan or San Francisco. The video games have such big open worlds that they can explore that instead of just bringing it into Earth, the human worlds.
Yeah, I think that's probably more to get people who aren't fans of the games to care. In which case,
I understand.
That's one thing that, I mean, I get why they do that, but I also hate it when any franchise caters to people who don't care. That happens a lot. This is a very random reference, in sports. They're always catering to people who don't care, so I don't understand why. And then it's a detriment to the people who do care. And it's I know there's other franchises that are like that, but I can't think of them at the moment. But sports is a big one. But yeah, it's a decent movie overall. You know, I didn't hate it. It wasn't the best movie. I had a lot of issues with it, but there's also a lot of good parts, especially Jack Black. Yeah. So, you got anything else?
There was something and it slipped away. Gone.
Like tears
and
rain. Ratings wise, I'd probably give this probably a 3.
Not bad.
I wasn't blown away by it. I enjoyed it. I feel like if they continue, now that they've done the exposition, if there's a sequel, it will be better because they will have done the exposition already.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens. We'll see.
I'm gonna give it a reluctant 4. It was really good. Short runtime, so it didn't overstay its welcome too much.
Yeah.
They could have added more stuff, honestly. Like, if they fucking did a Smash tournament, that would have been amazing, but then they'd have to add other characters, so I understand.
Yeah.
There's so much that they could leave if they wanted to do another movie.
Yeah.
And
They couldn't do everything.
Yeah.
Because then they'd have nothing else to go off of.
Yep.
So yeah, it would have been great. If you saw the oh my God, why can't I just say it? If you saw the Super Mario Brothers movie, tell us what you thought down in the comments below.
Goomba Stomp down there.
Do you like Mario or Luigi better?
Luigi.
Luigi's, he's got BDE.
Answer. He's more relatable.
He's got BDE.
You ever bowel syndrome?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not. There's like 2 of the 1 letter is there. But yes, let us know down in the comments those things that I just said, and we will see you in the next video. Let's go.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you.
Bye-bye.
See ya.